Hey GC families, I have something important I want to talk with you about, so thank you for taking just a few minutes to listen. Let me start by asking a question. What are some of those truths that you want to make sure you teach your kids? Because you know that if you don't, someone else will, and you may or may not like what they teach your kids. I would imagine near the top of that list would be about sexuality. That's because it is a huge deal for young people to understand. They have tons of questions and there's so much confusion about what is true. They need to understand what is real and whom can they trust. This is actually a discipleship issue because we're helping them learn about their identity, how God made them on purpose. And because discipleship is learning to become like Jesus, we want to help them learn how to live and to love themselves and others just like Jesus Christ. And that's why yours is the most important voice for the young people in your home, because you are the primary discipling influence in their lives. I've heard it said that religious homes are less likely to talk about sex in the home. Now, I don't know exactly why that's the case, but I have some theories. But whatever the case, you know that it's important for you to talk about it because if you're not, someone else is. You have the primary voice that they need to hear on this issue, but you aren't the only voice. And that's why GC Youth, we're honored to partner with you to teach your young people about healthy sexuality. And so I want to tell you about two things we're doing. One is providing a resource. Hopefully you've heard us talk about Christian Sexuality. This is a website, a web-based, video-based resource that helps prompt conversations about Jesus, sex, and gender. Very important issues for your young people to hear us talk about. And I love about it that it has a solid biblical foundation. There are 12 sessions, and in each session, man, they cover a lot of issues, a wide range of issues. But in those, in the testimonies, in the teaching, they handle it, I think, exceptionally well with grace and truth. And the truth we want them to learn is about sexual integrity. And they define that as living a faithful life as a sexual being, whether married or single. This matters to all of us at every phase of life. And we want to help young people say yes to God's design for flourishing. And we want to do that by having a focus on a holistic view of spiritual transformation, not just behavior modification. Now, the second thing we want to make available in addition to this resource is an experience for young people to have a safe place to talk about these issues with other leaders that we can trust and their peers. And so that's why we're going to host an event in just a couple of weeks we're calling Spring XP. Now, we were going to do this a couple of months ago in February called Discovery Weekend, but we had to reschedule. So at Spring XP, we're going to have these conversations in a safe place here during a weekend, April 23rd through 25th. And I would love for you to go on our church website to get all the details and find a link to register online and do that soon. I do need you to know that this is a full weekend experience, a Friday night, all day Saturday, and a good bit of Sunday. But if the young people in your home can't come to every bit of it, still encourage you to look at the information and sign up for when they are able to come. Let me know if you have any questions about it, and even better, get in touch with your child's small group leader to make a connection so that you can have more healthy conversations with these young people in your life. So how can you win at home in having these conversations? Well, I want to encourage you two things. One, use these resources. Take advantage of this Christian Sexuality website. These are incredible resources. There are videos in each of the 12 sessions, both the ones we're going to show the young people at Spring XP and a mentor video for leaders and families. So I encourage you to watch all those videos, as many that you can. And there's a parent guide that facilitates conversations, gives you some conversation prompts. Now, speaking of conversations, that's the second thing I want to tell you. Please see this as facilitating conversation, not confrontation. The way you do that is you be an eager listener. Ask questions. Listen to what they have to say. If they tell you something you don't really love how that sounds, then engage with them instead of reacting emotionally. Guys, that's leading with grace. Yes, you'll get to the truth, but they'll be more likely to hear that from you if we lead with grace. And so this is so important. I know that you know that. And thank you for letting us partner with you to fuel faith in your sons and your daughters, because we want them to know God has a beautiful plan for their lives and that they can flourish in it.